We all want to conform. We want to be the same as everyone else. Otherwise, we feel very odd about it. Now, the problem is, if what everybody else is also doing is wrong, we will also now do the right thing or wrong thing. No one has challenged the status quo. If everyone wants to conform, nobody wants to be different, you can't leave innovation and creativity to chance. If you leave it to chance, it might never happen. We can actually do this as a small exercise if I have 5 volunteers and we'll see if you guys prove the rule or the opposite to the rule. 5 volunteers, Sukishi and Anuradha. Can I have 3 more volunteers? Irendra, Fatima, who else? Buddhika. So, I'll tell each of you what to do, right? So, Sukishi and Anuradha. Imagine this is the entrance to a lift. All you have to do is stand up and get into the lift. Irendra, imagine that opening is the entrance to a lift. You have to just get into the lift, alright? Who else was there? Fatima, you heard that. Entrance to a lift. You just have to get the Buddhika. You have to imagine that's an entrance to a lift. You get into the lift. Buddhika will go first, then these 2 ladies, then Irendra, then Fatima will go into the lift, right? This is the door of the lift. Now do you see something strange here, right? Can you see? Don't change, anybody don't change what you're doing. You see what Fatima is doing and you see what everyone else is doing. Okay, there's a leadership learning here. Normally when you get into a lift, you will get in, you will find the button, you will press the button and you turn and face the door, isn't it? But what have all these people done? They are facing that way. Do you see that? So right? I told these 4 lovely people, just get into the lift. Only I told Buddhika, get into the lift, but make sure you don't turn around, stand and face that way. So he was my setup. The other 4 didn't know this. They got into the lift and they just followed what he did. That's the learning. We all want to conform. We want to be the same as everyone else. Otherwise, we feel very odd about it. Conformity. So, we don't want to disturb what is called the status quo, the way things are. We don't want to rock the boat. So we want to do the same as everybody else. Now the problem is, if what everybody else is also doing is wrong, we will also now do the right thing or wrong thing? Wrong thing. So let me show you a quick video clip. This was actually a research done and candid camera. Long time ago, it's a black and white clip, but you still get an idea.
Just a little bit more to the wall. Now we'll try it once again. Here's the candid subject. Here comes the candid camera. Stay. Here's a fella with his hat on in the elevator. First he makes a full turn to the rear and Charlie closes the door. A moment later, we'll open the door. Everybody's changed positions. Now we'll see if we can use group pressure for some good. Now, in a moment, on Charlie's signal, everybody turns forward. Notice they take off their hats. And now, do you think we could reverse the procedure? Watch.
That's a comedy, it's a joke, but you just saw it happening in real life. But the problem is that people don't challenge the status quo. Yeah, we do things the way they are because they were done like that. So there's a very funny story here. It has got distorted in the telling because it has changed over the years. I was actually doing this subject called business process reengineering at Moroto for about 10 years. I taught this subject for the MBA. And so one of the exercises I would do was ask the students to tell me of examples of any stupid processes that they know of in their organizations. Business process reengineering, you have to get the stupid process. So there is this one example that stuck in my mind. The one guy was from the land registry. So he said, Sanjeev, I have a story to tell. So apparently if you want to transfer land or something, no, don't hold me on these facts, on the numbers because it might be different, you get the idea, right? So he told me there was like 20 different documents you have to fill to transfer a land from one person. Then he says he had learned this when he joined the land registry fresh out of university as a fresh graduate, and he had been curious to know why. So he had gone and asked his boss, why? And boss says, I also don't know, you find out. So guy has gone and now studied this, found out. I've gone back to his boss, I found out. Out of the 20 documents you are filling, 12 of them are to the Queen. 12 of these documents are to be sent to the Queen. Who's the Queen? Elizabeth. Now, Queen doesn't want this. So, they have actually not been sent, but they are still been very diligently filled, and somebody is paying space in a warehouse to file and keep these documents. The process has been pre-independence, never changed. No one has challenged the status quo. Understand this word status quo, status quo. Another organization where even to buy a kilo of sugar, you have to get 6 signatures. So if we are not always thinking, why is this right? Why should we do this? Is this right? Is this wrong? Should we change it? Conformity can be difficult, can be very pervasive, right? If everyone wants to conform, nobody wants to be different. And we also as the boss tell everyone, be the same. They are very happy to be the same. You won't get any change. You won't get any ideas. You won't get any innovation. So if we want that, we have to challenge people to think different. So something I used to do, and which I did with Melinda. She is actually new to our team. At the end of her first month or thereabouts, I asked her to write me a small report on what are the things she thinks we are doing right and what are the things she thinks we are doing wrong. Why after 1 month? Because if I wait for 6 months or 1 year, she'll be so much in the system that she won't even see what is being done wrong because she thinks it's a no. She's now conforming. After 1 month, she's telling, why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know this. So that's a tip for you. Do that. When new people join, don't wait till they are 6 months, 1 year. Because they have become now part of the system. After a few weeks or 1 month, ask them, tell me, I don't know boss. No, I want you to tell me something, otherwise I'm going to sack you. Because if you can't tell me any ideas now, you're not of use to me, you're still on probation, then they'll give you ideas. Post the ideas. Conformity is good, but too much of conformity, we don't get any results. So did you add this to your mind map as well? So think about how you can encourage creative thinking, right? One way is just to force it, to say, look, so we had this thing at Unilever's. One of my second job in my life was at Unilever's, and we had this thing called OFI, Opportunity for Improvement. So everyone in the company had to submit 2 OFIs in the year, which had to have been approved and implemented. If you hadn't done that, even if you had achieved your sales target or whatever target and even overachieved it, you would not get anything more than an average increment. Even if you had overachieved your sales target, you would not get anything more than an average increment unless you had also submitted your 2 OFIs. OFIs, Opportunity for Improvement, which not only just given the idea, it has been implemented. Now imagine, if you have 100 people in the company, everybody submits 2 ideas for improvement, which has been implemented in the year. What's happened to this company now? It has radically changed for the better, right? 200 ideas implemented in the year. Great! But you have to make it part of the process. Institutionalize innovation and creativity. You can't leave innovation and creativity to chance. If you leave it to chance, it might never happen. Bring it into the process and it will happen. We have CEOs here. Leave it to chance, it may not.